Hey guys, what's going on? Back again with another zombies video. And this is some information I've been sitting on for a while now, and I'm always wondering how to present the information to the zombies community, or maybe even some of the zombie YouTubers that cover zombies content. So again, most people know that or assume, well, I guess it's kind of a fact at this point. Some information came out, and if you do the research, and that's the other reason I decided to do this, is to show people in the zombies community and the zombie YouTubers the type of detail goes into a lot of work and hours and days, months, years even, to do research and solve Easter eggs that Treyarch put in the game. Because they've even mentioned that there's a lot of Easter eggs that never went solved from probably World at War, Black Ops 1 and 2. So as you can tell by the title, this is for Transit and Black Ops 2. So as you guys know, we all probably at this point should know we were supposed to get Bus Route B. A lot of stuff got scrapped because of time and console constraints, and a lot of politics and drama, to be honest, that went on at the studio at the time. And on the other hand, some of it is based on pop culture, so it's crazy, like I've mentioned before, that life imitates art and art imitates life. Stuff that you see in movies, pop culture, come from stuff that happens in real life, and then some on the other hand, vice versa, a lot of those shows become stuff that happens in real life, and then stuff in real life happens in a way from or mimics the stuff that happens on some of those shows and stuff like that. So I know that's kind of a mouthful, but I think you get the picture about Bus Route B. Again, most people, if you look at the trailer, if you do your research, again, like I just mentioned, this is to also show how much time goes into doing research, why I crap on the toxic zombie YouTubers and call them out, because I know it literally takes a few minutes, an hour or so, the max, to edit and upload a hate video and put it up on YouTube and make a lot of money off of it, rather than just doing the research. It takes, again, weeks and months and years to finally piece everything together. So again, with all that being said, it's going to be involving bus routes for Black Ops 2 Transit. And I'm just doing this to how I do it on the internet. Again, so you know that we were supposed to get bus route B, and I know sometimes people focus on what's there rather than what's not there, and that's how you solve stuff too. So it's a kind of a little tip, is everybody up until this point said, all right, bus route B, it shows it there, we never got it, so let's look into why it got scrapped and what it was supposed to be. And then you have the toxic zombie YouTubers that lie and say that, oh, we were never supposed to get bus route B. So what people fail to look at or kind of realize is you do have bus route A and you do have bus route B. But what people fail to realize, there's a whole more than half of the section there for C, D, E, F, and G. So you can imagine all the bus routes you were supposed to get what was planned. Maybe for some reason we would get bus route C and D in transit, and then maybe in Black Ops 3 we're supposed to get the rest of it. They could have done something like that, but again, this is to show what's not there, what we were supposed to get, and it kind of even opens up the playing field as far as like what you knew back then versus what you know now, like how much of transit really got scrapped. I mean, you can look at games like Back for Blood, you can look at games like Fortnite, and they kind of finished what Treyarch started on a grander scale and more time and budget and manpower. Whereas we all know Call of Duty pumps out a game every single year, and because of that, you can't complete a game. You have to move on to the next game. We saw it recently, probably in Cold War. We saw it in Vanguard. Aside from the toxic zombie YouTubers just bad mouthing the game and stuff like that. So there is a lot of manpower that's needed and time. But when you're only doing stuff for like 1 year and you have to pump out a game every couple of years, and you have to help other studios, eventually everything's going to get cut. And that's what happened in Black Ops 2. And the console constraints, I know, is kind of the the, I forget the word for it, but kind of the excuse was the console constraints. But in actuality, it's manpower, it's politics, there's a lot of stuff that went on at Treyarch. Because if you look here, you have enough space to probably put C, D, E, F, and G, and you have this whole map. So what I'm getting at, and the point of this is, there is one location that we were supposed to get. I'm not going to tell you how I know or whatever, because sometimes when you tell toxic zombie YouTuber stuff, then they can take that information and use it into making a hate video or a toxic negative video, and I don't want that to happen, or try and avoid that from happening, because if at this point it's going to look like it's a theory, but it's not a theory, it's a solve. But if I show you how I solved it, then a lot of those maybe subs for those channels, or even them themselves, are going to see this. They're going to take that information, they're going to flip it, kind of like what you're seeing with Advanced Warfare 2 clickbait that's going on now, Transit 2 clickbait, Zombie Chronicles 2 clickbait. If you show them that this is happening or that's not happening, they're always going to flip, flip the script, I guess, or whatever, or put their negative twist on it, to get more clicks and views and subs like that. So I mentioned to people, like, that's how you get stuck, like myself, on low sub counts, is if you just don't make hateful videos, negative videos. You're always going to be stuck, because the way to get your channel to millions of subs is just to pump out those type of clickbait, hate videos, negative videos, and everybody loves that stuff. They buy into it. They're all puppets. I mentioned before. A lot of people that watch YouTube videos, it's the hive mentality. It's they want to feel like they belong to a group. They don't want to feel like an outcast. They don't want to feel like they're alone. They want to fit in society where they feel like they need to fit in. And the best way to do that is just go along with the crowd and hate on everything that Treyarch and Call of Duty does. Um, and that's how you get your channel to millions and millions and millions of subs, is just pump out negative hate videos. But my thought is, hey, let's just show everybody the solve. I'm not going to show every single detail, kind of like what they call like the secret sauce, or family secret. I'm not going to show you how everything is pieced together, but Lock Island is a location in Hanford site that looks like we were supposed to get. If you know a couple more information, if you do your research, you can probably figure it out. But I just wanted to kind of go over Lock Island, show you about it, read about it a little bit. So if you click on the map portion of Google, you see this is Hanford site here. Hanford site transit is right about here. And going back really quickly to these bus locations that we were supposed to get, it gives you a general idea too, or you can kind of imagine, oh, one of them we thought could be like the B reactor. One of it could have been, Nuketown, we kind of theorized. One of it could be the actual Colorado transit location before it got teleported to Hanford site. One could have been like maybe Origins was supposed to take place in transit. Who knows? There's so many different, again, theories and solves out there. I don't know what other locations are around here, but we can kind of investigate a little bit. So the one that I definitely know was supposed to come and would have been really nice, and they probably should have worked on that, I think, or maybe next time we get a transit, maybe even COD Mobile, maybe even in Black Ops 2024. They can maybe focus on Lock Island, I think would have been really cool. Or give a backstory. Maybe there was a character with the last name Locke, who had an island. Maybe he built something on the island. This is all stuff that, again, if you do research, you're going to be able to solve it. And again, why a lot of stuff went unsolved for probably about a decade now is because it takes a lot of time and effort, and most zombie YouTubers don't want to put the time and effort even playing the game. Your job is to play the game, and most of them don't even play the game, which is not their fault, because we all know, especially what happened this year with Modern Warfare 2 next COD event. A lot of them got flown out that don't even play Call of Duty, so it's just the way the game works. So long as you have a million subs and a million views and stuff like that, you're gonna get flown out. So it's kind of pointless to even do research. That's why the game has gone south, for a lot of different reasons. But some of it, maybe they think like, hey, what's the point of even making a good game if people are just gonna crap on it anyways? But again, Lock Island is here. It's pretty lengthy. I mean, I would have imagined, and there's an F reactor there, funny enough, too. And I don't want to click on too much stuff. Like, again, I just show people, and you can kind of do the research yourself. Come along, go on Google Maps, and click around and look at stuff. I kind of like this view a little bit better. It looks very more realistic, and it looks like what we got, obviously, in the bus depot. But there is Lock Island on the Columbia River. F reactors there. Again, you could look at other locations and think that, hey, that could have been, oh, that would have been a great location for, bus route D, bus route E, bus route F, and here's Hanford site down here because Transit's up here, and Hanford is actually down here. So this is definitely should have been a location. This is the literal Hanford site here. This looks pretty cool, but I'm sure that's super duper contaminated stuff. But again, this is just to kind of show one location, Lock Island. And with that being said, let's read about it a little bit. It's an island located in the Hanford Reach of the Columbia River in Washington. It's protected as part of the Hanford Reach National Monument, which was created out of land surrounding Hanford site. The island is an important archaeological site and is on the National Register of Historic Places. Erosion, landslide, changing the river's course. It talks about the history, about the Native Americans, and how it again got invaded by people from Europe. Let's see. Human habitation and use of Lock Island has varied significantly through time. Again, it could have been the same thing. We could have maybe transported back in time, because I know that's something that we saw in Black Ops 2, different time periods, the 1800s and stuff like that. And it got abandoned during the Manhattan Project because of all the nuclear testing and radiation that was going on there. Geology talks about the rocks and minerals that are there. The ecology with the fish and the grass. I'm sure you can't eat any of that. The other one too, which is Savage Island, which I'm actually going to click on that, funny enough. Same thing, they could have made a nice cool story for Savage Island is over here. I believe this is it over here. Or again, it could be same thing we saw, like maybe the daytime location would have been like Lock Island, and then maybe Transit would have been here for the nighttime. Well, actually not daytime. I wouldn't say daytime. It's actually Transit returned before the nukes hit. Yeah, even that was a big thing that was supposed to get planned, was how the island before, or Transit before the nukes hit and stuff like that was supposed to be another thing we were supposed to get. What we got was after the nukes hit. I know there's actually some other rumors going around about moon and stuff like that, but it was supposed to be called Transit, instead of Transit returned, and it returned. I think he did the Easter eggs and maybe went back in time and stopped the moon missiles. I think, if my research is correct, that's what was supposed to happen. Again, you get clickbaiters that make a bunch of like clickbait about like if you which the games wouldn't even allow. I don't even think there's technology out there. If you had played Moon and you did the Easter egg, then you would have gotten like that version or something like that. Or if you stopped the moon, or you would only got the Transit version if you did the moon Easter egg, which I think that's all clickbait. So again, that's Lock Island, one of the locations I want to touch on. If you do your research, you'll know that it checks out and it's a solve. Again, Transit being bus route A. Bus route B would have been another location. This could have been like C, D, or who knows how many you can get on the map. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys later.